The pandemic created an interesting school year for both students and teachers. Most of the conversation has been centered around student learning, as it should be. But the virtual environment has also affected how teachers participate in professional development. Since March 2020, all of our professional development has been online. With that has come both benefits and challenges. At first, I was intimidated by the idea of learning online. I worried about staying engaged. What I didn't realize was how many more opportunities for collaboration there would be. I have found that a huge benefit for adults learning online is that we can collaborate across grade levels, and now we can even collaborate across schools in ways we never pushed ourselves before. My school's SBIT, Jess Russell, led a professional development this year in collaboration with Columbia Elementary School. We were paired up with teachers in our same grade level to do some learning about concurrent instruction. We were able to share what had worked and not worked so far with virtual instruction for us, and the teachers at Columbia that had been part of the pilot program for concurrent instruction were able to share their experiences. These horizontal conversations were an invaluable resource that was so easy in the virtual setting, but would be difficult to make happen in person. As SBIT, I would continue to create opportunities for horizontal collaboration between schools. Schools often have similar ideas for professional development. If we are already in the virtual setting, why not combine brainpower? I would love to collaborate with the leadership team from another school and co-plan a professional development. This would also give the adults participating in the professional development more opportunities to collaborate. On my Google site, you can see 2 examples of how I would encourage collaboration. Unfortunately, the pandemic also created challenges for adults learning online. One challenge that I've experienced this year was how hard it is to build connections virtually. This year, we had several new staff members, and for the first several months of the school year, I found it very difficult to get to know them because all of our interaction was through school-wide virtual sessions. There were some things that helped, including breakout rooms, where I was able to get to know staff members in a smaller group setting, and icebreakers at the beginning of sessions. However, I missed the easy interactions that come with being in the same building. I couldn't stop by someone's classroom and chat about the weekend or ask them how they were doing. At times, I felt isolated from my school community. As SBIT, I would also create more opportunities for staff to interact with each other. Relationships are what builds the community of a school. The relationships I've built at my school are what has made working there so enjoyable for me and kept me coming back for 6 years. In my experience, the more fun and engaging icebreakers are, the more learners are likely to buy into them and fully participate. Staff could interact through icebreakers using many different tools. On my Google site, you can see 2 tools that I would use to help build connections among staff. Finally, the most important approach I would take to implementing professional development for staff would be to keep in mind the unique learning needs of each individual. One part of professional development that has frustrated me in the past is that I often felt like I was relearning things. As new staff came in, the leadership team understandably wanted to make sure everyone was caught up on what our school was focusing on. However, as a result, I've been to multiple professional developments on the same topic, and I did not feel that my learning increased with each opportunity. I think it is important to differentiate for the staff, just as I have always done for my students. When planning professional development, I would think about where my learners were ahead of time. I would likely give a pre-assessment, perhaps through Google Forms, and then plan multiple versions of the professional development based on how much experience the staff had with that topic. I believe that differentiating activities would be easy to do in the online setting, especially given that adult learners are independent. On my Google site, you can see an example of differentiation. I would make 2 hyperdocs, one for beginners and one for learners that had more experience with the topic. That way, everyone gets something valuable out of the professional development experience. Please feel free to explore my Google site some more. Thank you so much for watching.